Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world, today has been treating you so well. In today's video, I'm very excited. I've been waiting for this palette to be relaunched for so long. It's the Blend Bunny Sugar and Spite. If you don't know the backstory behind this palette, let me just fill you in so quickly. So Blend Bunny launched this palette over a year ago. It wasn't called Sugar and Spite, it was called Sugar and Grunge. And another brand that has never been named said, you're not allowed to use the word grunge. I own the word grunge. You're not allowed to use it. So Blend Bunny were like, fine, you know what? We don't even want it. They sold off all of their stock. They renamed it Sugar and Spite, and they have relaunched the palette. So it's the same palette, the same colour story, the same design, but they've renamed the palette and they have renamed the shades. And when I tell you these shade names fill my petty little heart with so much joy, because this is exactly the response that sort of, yeah, I was about to say a naughty word and I won't say it on YouTube. That's what this deserves. The shade names: Don't Be Salty, Petty Betty, like, With a Smile, like, yes. I absolutely love it. So we're going to be getting into this today. I'm going to be swatching. I'm going to be coming up with some sort of petty eye look. So let's get into it. Let's see what the palette is like. I literally got this delivered today, so I haven't even looked inside yet, but I'm just very excited, and I'm so glad that they went down this route of not giving in to the bully, of saying, fine, you know what, you can have it, and then coming back better. I'm so here for it. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's like foiled. It's a really beautiful design. I love all of these colours. I love the colours. And then inside, it looks like, oh, just these shade names. Honestly, they make me so happy. Not Sorry, Seeing Red, Raising Hell, Villanera, Winning. Like, yes, Blend Bunny, you absolutely are. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch this palette, and then we can come up with some sort of eye look. I love this palette. Oh, I love colour. I'm so glad that colour is finally coming back. So first up we have got Hush Now, which is a light pastel pink. Then we have got Petty Betty, which is a deep sort of magenta fuchsia sort of shade. Pretty, very pigmented. I will just neaten up that first one. I'm not very neat at swatches. If you're here for neat swatches, click off now. You will be disappointed. But just neaten that up a bit. Then we have got Don't Be Salty, which is a light grey. Then we have a darker grey, which is called Tough as Nails. Ooh, that's a pretty shade. I don't usually like greys, but actually that one is very pretty. These are all mattes so far. Then we've got another matte, and this one is called Middle Finger. Yeah, that is pretty much the same colour as my skin. You can see it a tiny little bit peachy. Then we have got My Way, which is a sort of mid-toned brown, again a matte. So that is the full top row, all mattes, very pretty. Then onto the second row, the first shimmer. That is Sweet Savage. That's so smooth and so pigmented and so reflective. That's very pretty. Then we have got Seeing Red, which is a deeper, more burgundy red, where this one was a little bit more pinky. This is definitely more red. Then we have got Punk Princess, which is a shimmer. That as an inner corner all day long. I love that. A slightly pink but still icy shimmer. Then we have got another matte grey. This is the darkest matte grey, and this one is called Rebel. Then we have got Head Held High, which is a shimmer, and that's definitely more warm, definitely more sort of peachy than Punk Princess. I actually thought in the pan that those two looked quite similar, but now that they're swatched I can see that they are quite different. And then we have got Quite Contrary. I love that name, and this is the darkest brown matte. So that is the second row. Then onto the third row. This is where you'll see why I was so drawn to this palette. So we have got the shade Not Sorry, which is the brightest sort of neon pastel baby blue. That is the most beautiful pastel blue shade. That's really pretty. Then we have got Bow Out, which is a deeper, I wouldn't go as far as to say teal, but it's almost like a dusky dark turquoise. A very, very unique shade. I don't think I have anything like that in my collection, but I love that colour. Then we have got With a Smile, which is a pastel pink. Again, these pastels almost have a neon quality to them. They're bright, but they're still pastels. They're a very, very interesting sort of undertone. They're so pretty. Next up, we have got In Spite of You, which is sort of a mid-toned purple. Again, just neaten that swatch up a little bit. There we go. Not too dark, not too light. I could absolutely just pack that all over the lid and be done with it. Beautiful, beautiful undertone. Then we have got the shade Winning, which you know I am going to need that packed on so intensely on my inner corner. That is a neon pastel, almost lime. And again, all of these on the third row are all mattes. I really, really like the undertone of that. Then we have got No Competition, which almost looks like a khaki sort of shade. Yeah. So they are sort of more, if I'm allowed to say the word grungy, they are more of that like grungy, cool toned undertone. If I'm allowed to say that without getting sued. And then onto the last row, we have got Bad Girl, which is a mint shimmer. That's very bright when that catches the light. Then we have got Own It, which is a matte, and that's the darkest matte green in the palette. And again, beautiful, beautiful undertone. It's almost got a bottle green sort of quality to that one. Let me just look at what I'm doing swatching this, because this is going everywhere. That's better. You can actually see the colour of that now. So it is so, so dark, so close to being black, but not quite. Then we have got another shimmer. This is the purple shimmer called What Goes Around. Oh, and again, look at these shimmers. When they catch the light, they are so beautiful. Sorry, I'm aware you can't really see, but I'm running out of space on my arms. Then the last three, we have got another matte purple, and this is Raising Hell, the dark matte purple. Then we have got Villain Era, which I will do sort of across this way, because that is a duochrome. I love that. That's like a brown blue. When that catches the light, that's so bright. Oh yes, love it. And then lastly, we have got a dark khaki green, and this is Karma Knows. So I feel like I've gone all over the place swatching these, but that is the full colour story. I can't lie, I am most interested in these bottom 2 rows because they've got the pastels, the brights, the more colourful colours, and there's more of like the cool toned, like greys and browns on the top 2 rows. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I never know what look I'm going to come up with, but come up with something together we shall. I am just going to warn you, none of my brushes are clean. I am posting 31 videos in October. I don't have the mental capacity to wash my brushes, so dirty brushes it is. I have the Beauty Bay eye base all over the eyelids and I've already got my brows on. Let's just start with something. I'm going to start with a small fluffy brush and I want to go into Petty Betty because that is my favourite shade name I think I have ever seen. I definitely want to use some of these more pastel-y shades. I'm definitely interested in these 2 shimmers. I don't know what I want to do. We're going to make this up as we go along, kids. So, starting with Petty Betty. I love it. And let's put this in the crease in the middle of the eye. Like I say, I don't know what I want to do, but it is already 8 o'clock in the evening, so I have nowhere to be. We can just play. We can just try as many shades as possible. I feel like that's the most useful. I will probably, like chances are high, that I will be doing an eyeshadow palette bingo. If you would like to see a 3 looks with video, I can absolutely do that. Let me know. I would love to hear what you think of this colour story and what you think of the backstory behind the way that this palette, Sugar and Spite, how this has come to market, because I just love it. I am the petty gal that would do exactly that. I'm just going to wipe that brush off on my little microfiber towel that I keep on my knee, and I'm going to go with a Smile, the light bright pink shade, and I'm going to pop that here on the inner part of the crease. Yes, that's nice and bright. I really, really like these pastel-y shades. I do feel like it's potentially not a very autumnal palette, but also I'm here for the plot. I am here for the story. Was it spring last year? It wasn't spring this year, was it? Or was it? I don't know. Maybe I can't remember when any of this was. Was this originally a spring launch? The colour story would make sense to me for it being a spring launch, but honestly I can't remember. So I'm just going to use this lighter pink shade just to blend out that pinky red a little bit. There we go. So I'm quite happy with how those 2 are blended together. We've got some nice depth in the crease. Then I'm going to take another smaller brush that is stained red. We're not talking about it. I'm going into a red. It's fine. I'm going to go into Seeing Red, which is the darker of the red shades. And I'm going to pop that on the outer corner. Just of the crease. I'm not taking this onto the lid. I'm going to do something else on the lid. What it is, I don't know. But keeping this in and above the crease. There we go. So I've just used that Petty Betty shade just to blend out that darker red, and I think I'm happy with that whole blend. I will just go over the top of everything with what I can only think is a clean brush. I don't know. I'm just going to lightly tap over the edges, the top edge of everything, just to soften that down a little bit, and I am happy with that crease. So let's do, we could do Villain Era on the outer half, Bad Girl on the inner half, and then Winning on the inner corner. And then I feel like we've tried a good selection of so many of the different shades. So I'm just going to use my finger and dip into Villain Era, which was that darker duochromy shade. And let's pack that on the outer half of the lid. That's such a pretty shade, but I just don't know how much I would use such a dark duochrome. Like, this is really the only way that I would feel comfortable using it, but it is very, very pretty. It's almost foiled, like it's going on so smooth and so pigmented. Like, the intensity in that colour, but it is beautiful. So I'm just going to tap over the top edge of that. I don't want to disturb it, but I do just want it a little bit blended. Just a little bit, just a tiny little bit blended. So I'm just tapping over the edges, and I think I'm happy with that. Then let's find a brush, because I'm getting my nails done tomorrow. This won't be the last time that you see these nails, because I've pre-filmed, thankfully, so I don't lose my actual mind, but I'm going to get them done tomorrow, so that me in real life, I can stop complaining about them being so long. So I'm going to go in with this bright shimmer, which is called Bad Girl, on a brush, so that I can get it right onto this part of the lid. And let's tap this all the way into the inner corner. That lighter blue shimmer is blending into that darker grey shimmer duochrome beautifully. They have just layered together and blended so seamlessly, like no effort, which is the amount of effort that I am willing to put in, let me tell you. So I'm just going to go in with a bit more of that light pastel pink right in here, just to keep that real nice and bright. I'll bring it up a little bit higher, because why not? Why not? So both sides, and I think I'm happy with how the lid is looking. So I am actually filming 2 videos this evening. I have a full face of new makeup that I'm going to go off and film, and it includes a skin tint, and I'm like, this isn't skin tint eye makeup. This is like full coverage, full glam eye makeup. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll come back and we can finish up under the eyes together. And also put that Winning shade, that matte pastel lime green. I need that on my inner corner. Probably over a white eyeshadow base. But I'm going to clean this up, I'm going to do the rest of my face, and I will be right back. Okay, so that's the rest of the face done. Just, you'll see all of this tomorrow, but to catch you up, it is the 17 skin tint, the 17 concealer, the Catrice Baked bronzer, the new Beauty Bay blush, it's an e.l.f. lip liner, and Catrice matte liquid lipstick that I'm still figuring out what I think of. And the liner and the mascara isn't new, they're both the Troublemaker ones. So that is you all caught up, and let's finish under the eye. I want to firstly tie in this colour on the outer corner under the eye, so I'll go in with more of that Seeing Red shade, a very, very small amount of it, and I'll tap that just right onto the outer corner and join it in with what we've got going on the lid. Then I'm just going to take a really, really small brush and I'm going to go into Bow Out, which is this darker blue. Then I'm going to put some white eyeshadow base right onto the inner corner and pack this Mint Lime pastel shade right onto the inner corner. But firstly, Bow Out, that blue, dusky sort of teal. And let's put that under the eye. Oh, that's a pretty colour. That is a very, very pretty shade. Okay, so I've blended that like quite far out. I really, really like that shade. I love these like tealy, turquoisey tones. I really don't wear them on my eyes all that much, but I feel like where this one is a little bit more sort of muted and grey, it's not too dark, it's more of like a mid-tone, this one. I feel like this is a very, very wearable shade for me. Not that this look is incredibly, I suppose it is wearable, but I would wear this. Would I do this at 6 o'clock in the morning to go off to work for people that don't appreciate good makeup? No. Would I do this for you? Would I do this for a YouTube video? Absolutely. I love these colours. They're colourful, but they're not too... Is garish the word that I'm looking for? I don't know. They're not too like overwhelming. I do still feel like this is a very cohesive, colourful colour story. I'm a big fan. Yes, I'm very, very happy with that. So like I say, I'm going to go in with the Beauty Bay Eye Base. This is in 1, so this is the white eye base. And I'm going to tap right in there. I don't want too much, but also I want something really nice and bright for that lime shade to grab onto. So let me just get another little brush and tap this out. There we go. I don't want to tap it out too far. Then I'm just going to take a really, really tiny little brush and I'm going to go into that bright lime matte pastel and I'm going to tap that over that nice tacky white eye base. I love a pastel neon in a corner. Tell me that that's not fun. Tell me that that's not fun. You can't, because it is. I love that. Oh, is that potentially my favourite shade in this whole palette? A pastel neon green. What a curveball. I love it. I love that. That's perfect. It's bright and that's so pigmented, but it's still pastel. And actually tapping over really, really lightly over the edges of that, that's blended. I love that. I love it. Yeah. I really, really like how that's looking. I love that. I know I keep saying the same words over and over again, but I do. I think that that's beautiful. So I'm just fiddling, just doing a little finishing touch. But I think I'm pretty much done. I just want a little bit more of that lighter blue shimmer across the lid there. Yeah, I'm done. I think that that's incredible. I love that green. I feel like that green has really made that look pop for me. Oh, I I would love to hear what you think of this look, what you think of this palette. If you're gonna get it, I'm so glad I have this. I'm so glad. I was deciding between this and the, oh, what's it called? Is it Rotten? The May Pang collab. I was deciding between this and that one. I'm glad I went for this one. I may get the other one as well, but I'm glad that I got this one. Blend Bunny never misses. Oh, they never miss. Right, I'm just going to put a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes and then we are done. So, like I say, I would absolutely love to hear what you think of this look, what you think of this palette, if you're going to pick it up, if you're skipping on this one. I want to know all of your thoughts. I will leave everything that I'm wearing on my face linked down below. But that is everything for today. I will see you tomorrow for a review of all of the other makeup that I've got on my face, but spoiler alert, I'm a big fan of all of it. Was there anything that wasn't a hit today? It's such a shame to do such fun makeup that looks so good and has worked out so well when it's literally 9 o'clock at night and I'm gonna go hop in the shower now. It's such a waste. But also you have seen it, so you are welcome. But I will see you tomorrow for a review of all of the other makeup, and I will see you after that. I'm sure at some point. If you want to see more from me and my rambling, you can subscribe down below. I post cruelty free. I usually say cruelty free and affordable, but I am aware that like I do treat myself to eyeshadow palettes. I do allow myself indie eyeshadow palettes, so they're not technically in the affordable bracket, but cruelty free makeup reviews is what I do here, and rambling. So if you want to see more from me, you can subscribe down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. I hope I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, bye.